everybody, it is Rocco, your boy, coming at you with another Age of Sigmar video. In this episode of Things That Scare, players, we're going to be doing a Things That Scare Flesh Eater Court players. I've got my friend of the channel, at this point starting to be a co-host, Dave, also goes by G-Dead. Say hi, Dave.
Hey, everybody.
Wonderful. And we are going to be talking about his home book, his home faction, his one true undead love that makes his undead heart still not beat. Flesh Eater Courts, the better vampire. I said it. I said it. Usharan has better lore. Manfred sucks.
I am a big fan, right?
Yeah.
So, Flesh Eater Courts, right?
Yeah. What scares a Flesh Eater Court player, Dave?
Mirrors. No. Flesh Eater Courts, right? So we're gonna start big picture and work our way out, right? So Flesh Eater Courts, right? So it's an odd bag right now because it is an early 2.0 book, right? So we have a lot of weird little loopholes. We have lots of rerolls right now. Our big thing is for our faction ability, right? For a command point, we can fight twice, fight immediately, feeding frenzy, right? It's huge.
You know it, you love it.
It's built into our points, right, to do it.
Yes.
Right. The other, so we are a combat army. We move fast, right? Like the slowest thing we have moves 6 base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Everything's fast. Right. So we have things that can fly. We have things that can move fast. We have ways to make them move faster. We have ways to make them hit harder, right? Not many armies can hand out up to +4 attacks for the whole profile.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Plus all the rerolls, like we can do some work.
Yeah, rerolls on your mount traits even.
Yeah, gotta love that.
No, it is nice. It is nice. They were probably the first army that just terrified the absolute hell out of me when I first started playing in 2.0. And it informed my tournament lists because I had to be able to kill flesh eaters. They've had a bit of a fall of grace since then, but Dave, what scares you now? It's 3.0. What's going on here? What are you worried about?
Right. So with this, right? So we attack fast, we move fast, we attack hard, right? But a lot of that is based around spending a command point, right?
Yeah.
So if you can shut off command abilities, so if you can roar us, right? If you have a thing that you total eclipse us, so it costs more.
Techless.
If you have Zangor Enlightened, right, shutting them off. If you've got the new OBR, construct guys, the two for 6 wounders that come across, they shut off commands. Anything that shut off commands shuts off our abilities, right? Makes it rough, right? Only being able to attack once, but paying the points for being able to attack twice makes it hard, right?
Yeah.
Another big one for us is armor. If you got a lot of armor, then we are playing slot machines with our Terrorgeist to try to get mortal wounds, or hoping that our Rend 1 Flayers can make it through it.
Yeah, because ghouls don't have rend, and horrors, they just get extra damage if they hit 6 to hit, huh?
Horrors are just big ghouls.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Right?
Gosh.
So we got weighted dice.
Dave.
Weighted dice. We can wear things down.
Yeah.
Right? But, if you don't have wings, you don't really have rend.
Huh.
So those are big ones. Like a lot of other things. If you can shut down our magic, it'll hamper us a lot because, as I always usually explain to people, our magic is like our nitrous oxide, right? It is what makes us go, right? We can get on without it. I can get down the street without it, but if I want that NOS boost, I need my magic to go off, right? And our spells are easy to go off. They go off on 6s.
Yeah.
5s and 6s.
Yeah, a lot of armies are jealous of your spell lore. That's for sure. For how easy they are to cast, the good buffs you get off of it. Like,
they're great.
Isn't one of the spells like run and charge too? Like you could
if you fly.
If you fly, yeah. And then you've got like something hunger for D3 extra attacks.
So the Archregent can give you D3 extra attacks for and then the regular Ghoul King on foot can give you just a +1 attack, so you can get up to +4 attacks across with the 2 spells.
Not bad at all.
We have abilities to make like our units move faster. We have the abilities to make our stuff run and charge, or if it doesn't run and charge, it'll give it flight, which is still handy.
You have good summoning.
Right. So we come in from the board now. I don't like to use summoning. I don't like to use the word summoning. Like we more like outflank, right?
Okay.
Because we are limited, right? So we
That's
have to come on
fair.
off the board from the 6 inches, right? And it's only a once per game
Mm.
per one of our little hero guys. We have really good regen. Like if you don't
Yeah,
wipe the units, they're coming back,
that's true.
right?
Courtiers,
Like
man. Or are you a courtier kind of guy? Where do you fall in the
eh,
pronunciation? You like being
I go
French?
back and forth. If I'm churching it up, it's Courtier, right?
Okay, okay. I like it. I like it.
Um, but like we do a lot of really good things. But man, like if you hit that brick, like if you run
Mm-hmm.
into Stormcast, we'll say Stormcast is rough, right?
Guilty as
Stormcast has
charged.
Stormcast has pinpoint shooting,
Yep.
right? So it can hone in, right? Like
Yep.
shooting hurts us, right? Across the board. It's not fun for us because our saves are not great.
No, what's a ghoul? A 6-up?
6 up.
And you do have your ward save, so you're 6-up, 6-up.
Sure,
But
sure.
that,
I'm
yeah,
deaf.
that's not even a t-shirt save. You're naked.
Yeah.
You're in a
It's
loincloth, maybe.
but like we do kind of handle that if we can get to move, right? Because we are fast and we
Yep.
can be faster,
Yeah.
right?
Speed
But heavy
kills.
armor, heavy armor, pinpoint shooting, not just like broadband weight of dice shooting. Like you need
Mm-hmm.
direct laser focus shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good example of this. I was playing in my one of my good friends' leagues here.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the guy on the screen with me, right? And my buddy was playing Stormcast, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so we sit down, and he's like, "Ha, I've got some long strikes." And I'm like, "Cool, I've got my general. He's got this. He's got that. I buffed him up to wazoo. We're on a 2-up armor, and he just wiped out everything that was on the board." And I was like, "Neat, man."
Yeah. That wasn't even a re-rackable moment because it's
No,
just like, yeah, dude, all right, you go first. Oh, you moved closer. Cool.
cool, cool.
Got him. Oh, it was rough.
So the way we try to handle these things, right,
Mm-hmm.
is use your summons the best you can, right? Use your summons to try to create pressure,
Yeah.
right? Don't split them up. Don't put them all over the place. I tend to put them in like one block, so you
Okay.
can have pressure coming in over here, right?
Sure.
If you split them up, right, and you're just trying to make someone react, right,
Mm-hmm.
that what you're summoning in won't last. Like you can get 3 flayers, right? You're not taking a hit with that. You can get 10 or 20 ghouls. You're not taking a hit with that. So I like them to all be in one pushable block, and that way they're like, I have to come this way, and it gives you a chance for your big bat monsters to get out there and do some work.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you summon, so for the summoning for this, is it 1 unit per thing, or is it like all your heroes you can just throw out the summoning?
So all of the ghoul kings can, right? So
Okay.
a ghoul king on foot can summon 10 ghouls. A
Mm-hmm.
ghoul king on terror guys can summon 3 knights. So you're looking at 3 horrors or 3 flayers.
Okay.
A ghoul king on zombie dragon can summon 1 courtier. So you
Mm-hmm.
can either do a Vargulf, you can do a crypt haunter,
Mm-hmm.
or a crypt player courtier,
Yeah.
or a crypt ghoul courtier if you want.
Yeah.
And then you have the archregent. And the archregent can pick. He
Okay.
can either do 20 ghouls, 3 knights, or a courtier. He just picks.
Okay.
And it normally costs a command point, but if you have a guy garrisoned at your throne and they're within 12, it's free.
Sure. So then it doesn't like just the command ability of like, hey, I'm gonna summon. You can just go
Right. I
do it
mean,
all at
it
once.
is.
Okay.
You can, right? You can spend the command point if you want to spread out.
Sure. But yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so
So
heavy armor is rough.
yeah.
Shooting is rough,
Yeah.
right? Shooting off command abilities is rough.
Yeah. So even like a Slaves to Darkness, like they do like that Legion of Steel build with the Chaos Warriors, the Nurgle banner,
Yep.
Roding Icon. That there's ways to
Have 5-up wards for mortals. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
That's a rough one.
Yeah. So and we do know that Flesh Eater Courts and on the stats from like Games Workshop and such, they're not doing so hot.
They've
But
they've been coming up, right?
yeah,
Because they're almost up to 50% now.
which is
Because
amazing.
the people who are playing it are the diehards. The people who've been playing it forever, right?
And
So
yes,
I feel like if you're playing this, you're going 4-1 with them.
exactly. And that's something too that we need to talk about in the tournament scene in general that's informing all the casual players and around is that This is not an army of the month meta pick of whatever. You have to know this army inside and out, and you will get results. You will. 3-2 is the goal, 4-1 is the dream. If you get like the right matchups, or if you can play off your opponent's mistakes and force errors with, like you said, with this summoning, it's doable. But you are not going to get 3-star collecting boxes, throw it out there. You just got the book and say, all right, cool, here we go. And get a 5-0.
Right. And this general handbook helps us out a lot, right? Like we have the
Yeah.
GCs and we benefit from it, right?
Yep.
Like we like being able to tunnel master around. Like we like being able to use extra command abilities. Like we like being able to do these things, right?
100%.
And some of the big things that are coming onto the scene, we handle pretty well. Squigs, give me a block of horrors. They
Yeah.
they will munch some squigs. Zombies, same thing, right? Like if you don't wipe my whole unit, like if you're not doing 36 wounds to this unit, I will
Mm-hmm.
regen all 9 of them back.
Yep. And that is on a 5-up, 6-up for
Yeah,
the.
right. But I mean, we can Mystic Shield, you can all out defense, right? Like you
Exactly.
can make
Extra
this a little
attacks
harder.
on them, and they can
Right.
go. They can still get their damage 3 attacks. Their damage 2 base.
Right.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so the big combos you're looking at with them is if you're within 18 inches of Ghoul King, their keywords abhorrent, but if you're within 18 inches of them, they
Sure.
reroll all their hits.
You'd love to see that.
Then if you want to double deck that, you can take the Zombie Dragon. Zombie Dragon has a spell, an aura within 16 inches of it, reroll all wounds.
Yeah. And
Right.
because
So you
it's
can,
all hits and all wounds, that can get around some of the weird modifier things that happen after rerolls.
right.
And
And then
yeah,
any six to wound becomes a 3 wound instead of 2 wounds. Now it's no rend, right? So you're just like,
but if it's going into
okay,
a 6-up save or on, but do zombies even get a save?
yeah, they have a 6 up now.
Okay, so yeah, they have a 6-up, 6-up. Cool. Okay, save 30 of these. You can't.
Right. And
Your
there's
unit's gone.
and they're 2 wound base, 2 wound
Mm-hmm.
damage base, 3 wound maybe sometimes. Like you will do the work into low armored stuff. If they
Yes.
have heavy armor, you need flayers and you need, you know, terrorgeists, right? Or zombie dragons. Like you need big
Sure.
monsters.
Sure. But you always want to pack a couple of those anyway.
Right, right.
It's you're not going outside of your standard build for this.
No, that's because we don't have units go outside of our standard build, right? Like,
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. That's when you got like 4 or 5 units in total. I mean, yeah.
like I'm partial to the zombie dragon, because I love my terrorgeist, but I got tired of playing that slot machine,
Mm.
right? Sometimes it'll hit, and sometimes you will just not get any sixes on a bite, and you're like, neat.
Yep. And then it just blows up right after.
Right.
And it's cool seeing that Flesh Eater Courts' thing is taking out other horde armies. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm super intrigued to see what Games Workshop does with the new stuff, right?
Mm.
Like I really hope they lean into the delusion, like the way like for Gitz Grincrack, how
Mm.
he thinks he's a knight and they give him like knightly quests. That'd be really cool if they did something like that for Flesh Eaters.
Oh yeah.
Um the other thing I'd love to see, but I don't know if they would do it, is if they made Flesh Eaters the wound dense death faction, right?
Sure.
Think if they just doubled all the wounds, right? If
Yeah.
they just said ghouls you can still get 30 packs, but they're 2 wounds a pop.
And this is a whole different conversation we're having.
Right? Like and
You
you're just
know?
like, oh
Yeah.
crap.
No, it's like how for ogre mod tribes, like gluttons and iron guts are just so hard to shift because there's just so many wounds there. A unit of 30 ghouls will feel like trying to fight a mega guardian.
Right, right.
Can you
Now
pass that DPS check?
it'd be cool if they did that.
Oh,
And then because if they're 2 wounds, they still don't change what they count for an objective, right? Because that's what you don't want to see. I don't want to see them,
exactly.
but like you make them a little tankier, make them a little bit more expensive. That'd be kind of neat, right? Be like, hey, listen, we don't have saves. Keep t-shirt saves, but we got wounds, baby.
Yeah, and you're returning models to the courtiers.
Right, right.
Like, yeah, you have the regen to keep it going, and then that even gives more onus to things that stop units from regenerating, like in Stormcast for the Sequitors that no one plays but me, with the redemption cache that it has.
Yeah, yeah.
But that makes more things viable even in other armies to help with balance within the game itself and the ecosystem we have.
Right.
That's
Like,
really
but
freaking cool.
and if you think about it, if we're wound dense, we don't care too much about shooting anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, cool, you're gonna fire off your couple of big high damage shots, and you took out 10 ghouls. Neat.
Great. You did good. Good job.
You did
Here
good.
for you. Cool. Gonna roll my dice. Sixes return whatever. Oh, cool.
Oh, no. Ghouls come back on a 2-up, baby.
There you go. And then,
Look. Oh, neat. There's
yeah,
6 ghouls.
yeah. That you just rolled bad and got 6 ghouls. But yeah, so it sounds to me like there are plenty of things that scare Flesh Eater Court players, but you have hope.
Sure, you can
And
play around them,
yeah,
right? And like
and
you
we
said,
haven't even gotten your third edition book yet.
yeah,
Let's
this
just
GHB helps us a lot, right?
yeah.
Them still keeping around Galley Vets is great because our horrors and flayers have little arms,
Yes.
right? So they only have 1-inch reach.
That's hopefully something we'll see in the new book that gets changed, at least with the bigger models.
Sure,
Wielding a club bigger than
I
a
would
six
love to
foot
just see
man.
them. I'd love to see them just put that into a battalion for like in the normal GHB, right? Like
Oh
just keep
sure.
that. Like I'm fine with that because it breaks up drops, right? People have to look
Yeah.
to see if they want to. Am I going to one drop this, or am I going to try to give my models extra reach, right? I kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
No, it's a great design space for it too, because then it really does make how many drops you have matter, and if you're gonna plan ahead for how you're gonna deploy, what you're gonna do on these different missions. If you're not the one drop to force away giving away a turn, or vice versa, you want to take it. It's a great design space, and I think it's great for the game.
And one last thing that I wanted to touch on with
Oh
Flesh Eaters,
please.
they're really good at doing battle tactics,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like they can easily desecrate because you can come in off the board,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't have to move around it. They have some decent white dwarf ones themselves, right? Battle
Yeah.
tactics with them are not too hard. If it's something, hey, kill this thing, we have the ability to juice a thing up.
Yeah.
Smash
This
Bat
one.
still exists. You can still
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah, and even with this one's mine with your general. That's
right?
riding a terror geist or a zombie dragon.
Yeah, neat. I can
Cool.
kill stuff.
Yeah, no, we're there. This is great. And with all, and you'll want to take some Galatian champions anyway.
Right.
To
You are going to want the summons. You are going to want, your courtiers. You're going to want these things.
yeah. So you know, it sounds weird, but playing the macro game of scoring your primary points, scoring your secondaries, tr- just try to hold on and kill what you can. If you're into a horde matchup, life is great. If you're fighting a more elite thing like Stormcast, it'll be a little rough. Slaves to
Just
Darkness.
just don't hold on to any models and be like, this is cherished and it can't die, or you can't have that attitude. Like
No.
everything's gonna die.
Oh god.
Just know it's gonna die. Make a
Mm-hmm.
nice comfy graveyard next to you and be like, listen,
Yep.
I know you're all gonna end up here. It's okay. It's
Yep.
okay.
They know what they signed up for. It's in
Right.
their delusion. They're nobly sacrificing themselves for you, dear viewer. And with
For the
that,
lady.
yeah, for the lady and Usharan and whatever cup we got going here. And with that, thank you for coming to the video. Thank you, Dave. In our lovely little message to all you out there, be nice, roll some dice, play games, have fun. And with that, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.